Morning, guys. Max Convexity here. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's see how this week's starting off. I heard GameStop's in play again. Oh my gosh. I got a trade idea for that. I'm going to make a separate video. Okay, let's look at the Defiance and the Yield Max stuff and try to get this week off to a good start. I'll talk about the GameStop trade on a separate video. But just a hint, it's going to be a straddle strangle swap, which is my favorite trade, but we'll do it later. All right, guys. So let's look at this. Let's start with the 5-minute max spreadsheet. Right now, at this early point in the day, well, these numbers aren't live yet. It's too early for the numbers to be live. So disregard the two columns on the left. But these are the strike prices the various funds sold, and this is the premium the various funds earned. Those are our break-even calculations. So those are the numbers that we're rooting on the parent asset. For instance, Triple QY's parent asset is NASDAQ. So we need the NASDAQ to close today above 18,475.62. If they do that, it'd be $1 million winner, which would take us to $1.5 million profit on the month. JEPY is going for $400,000 today. That would take them to an $800,000 profit on the month. This column is wrong. I just noticed I need to, on Triple QY it is, I need to make an adjustment on that. My apologies. I thought I caught everything, but in any event, the dollars is accurate on the month. This is the dollars profit. Earnings per share isn't. All right. Well, I'll look at it later. In any event, my apologies. IWMY. See, this one works. On the month is at 17 cents a share. JEPY on the month is at 11 cents a share. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so these two are right. All right, and this one's getting closer. My apologies. Okay, 3 cents. Now everything should be fixed. All right, guys. Well, let's look at the charts real quick. Yes, now all this reflects reality. And the dividend estimates are updated. These went through. This is going to be it's only our second estimate of the month, but so far we've already had IWMY drop from 88 cents to 76 cents. The other ones have remained consistent. Okay, well, thanks for sticking with me while I figured that out. All right, well, let's look at the chart. Well, since we're on USO, we'll look at USO. USO sold a 77 strike. So these guys want the price to go towards 77 by Friday. These USOY has plenty of room to appreciate. Here's Triple QY in their profit box. Look at that. That's beautiful. They open well above their profit box. Nice job. Let's see. This is SPX, which is JEPY. All right. Open well above their profit box. That's nice. Let's check in on Russell. We've already seen USO. Nice job, Russell. It's well above its profit box as well. All right, nice job, guys. Let's look at the Yield Max funds. Or let's look at a few of them. We'll start with Tesla and Crash. Look at that. All right, well, it's Monday morning, 13 minutes into the day, and Tesla's already blown out its first strike. The 180 strike is blown out. Anyway, they still have a little bit of room upside on this, upside on this other one. Oh, darn it. I forgot to go pick up what Crash's strike was for this week. I'll have it updated by lunch. All right. Well, let's check out a little Coney, Coinbase, gap up. Everything's gapping up this morning. It's a pretty bullish close on Friday to close on the highs of the day after a face ripper like that. I've talked about the end of the month before. There's a phenomenon called window dressing. And anyway, it's a technical thing, but it can cause face rippers on the last day of the month or the last day of the quarter, and especially the last day of the month and the quarter. Last day of the week, month, and the quarter, sometimes you'll get, it doesn't always work, but those days, lots of times, are face rippers. The thought is that the fund managers measure performance on a quarterly basis. I don't know if this is true. This is the thought or the theory on it. Fund managers measure performance on a quarterly basis, so they'll try to do whatever they can to try to close the end of the quarter, the end of the month. They also measure it on a monthly basis, end of the quarter, measure end of the month, because also their performance incentives are based on that. So I've heard. And so lots of times you'll get something called window dressing, where right the last hour of the month, or maybe even the last couple of days of the month, will be bullish. And then sometimes the opposite thing happens in the first couple of days of the month, are bearish or reverse the trend. Anyway, that hasn't happened yet this morning yet. Let's look at a 24-hour chart of the NASDAQ. Okay, so that big move Friday morning is just, at this point, who knows? By here in an hour, we could be revisiting the lows. There's no telling. But right now that's looking like the mother of all fake outs. Caught people offside. It's got a bunch of people stops, and now it's running back the other way as people are offsides the other way too. So in any event, I bet we have a bullish day, and I bet we have a bullish week. The market probably needed to get these stops for whatever reason, and now that it's done, it'll probably continue to melt back up. All right, just a guess. All right, well, let's look and see what's happening with GameStop real quick. We'll look at some of the other yield max stocks, and I'll let you guys go. I need to make this GameStop video. Okay, well, they opened at 40 and they're pulling back to 31. The trade I'm thinking about doing is a bullish trade, so I might wait till the end of the day and see if the open gap holds. Remember that rule: if the gap holds, generally go with it. So like over here, we did the same thing. We gapped to 40 and we held it all day. Then the next day, boom, we gapped up again. But then that gap didn't hold. Then that gap came down and got filled within the next day. So we'll see that looking at gaps and how the market reacts to them is just a way to judge how strong it is. All right. So Coinbase, let's look at, let's check out AMD. Gapping up. That's pretty much the story. NVIDIA, I bet it's gapping up huge, of course. Went from one side of the Bollinger Bands on Friday to the other side just overnight. Huge gap. All right. Well, anyway, but we do have strike prices on these guys. I don't know what is going on with this profit box. My Lord, what in the heck? Little better. In any event, they've already blown out their strike price, or they're actually right at max profit. But the idea is you want to finish it at this price on Friday. You don't want to be there on Monday because you're going to be capped. In any event, we'll see what happens. If they roll it, we'll cover that here. I'll look at the trades tonight and we'll see. Okay. Mister's gapping up. So that's the story. So the question is, are these gaps going to hold, and is this going to turn into a bullish week, or are these gaps, a bull trap? Are these getting stops up here and trapping people? So who knows? We shall see. Maybe we'll know more at lunch. I'll be back at lunch, and at lunchtime we'll look at the buffer report as well and see how that's going. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You have a great day.